Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video, as you probably saw from the title, I am doing a Dollar Tree haul and some crafts with those items. So let's not delay, let's get right into it and start with the haul. The first item is a magnetic locker box pocket by Jot. I will officially have two middle schoolers, and this is for my daughter. She's very much like me in organization and things. So when I saw this, I knew that this would be good for her. So this is the first item that I got. Now, this second item, first of all, y'all see it's my color, navy blue. It is a magnetic tin. As soon as I saw it, it just popped right off. So as soon as I saw it, I had to buy it just because of the color. And then I said, oh, I'll just figure out what to put in it once I get it home. And I figured it out. So stay tuned. In this video, you'll see how it's going to be used. But this, you can put all sorts of things in here. That's the second item. All right, this is the next item, which is an organizer with a lid. One thing I have noticed about Dollar Tree is they are stepping up their organization game. Of course, they've always had organizational containers and baskets and things like that, but I'm seeing other things that are really nice. And I saw this and I thought, what can I put in this? I'm sure I can figure out something, which I did. And of course, if you're using this for your craft room, you can put like beads in here, small jewels, all types of doodads in this. If you're using it on your desk, you could put paper clips, and I even thought of push pins if you use those sort of things. So this can be used for all different things. It could be used in your bathroom also for small items to go in there. So I got two of the same thing, and they just hang from this top piece here. And when I saw it at first, I was like, I don't know. But then while I was in the store, I thought of something. So I was like, okay, great. I don't know what these are called, but it does say that they aren't a toy. So it's just for decoration. All right, I got this artist canvas by Crafter Square. You can find these in their craft section. This was the largest one I believe they had in my store, but they do sell smaller sizes, and I did want a bigger size for what I had in mind. But of course, this would be good for painting. It even says it's excellent for oil and acrylic paints. So for those who paint, you could also put adhesive vinyl on this or iron-on vinyl. But of course, you can personalize this for your home or whatever it is that you are working on. You can definitely find these on a smaller scale if you didn't need something this big. All right, we have a few more items here. So this is a hexagon felt bulletin board. It comes with push pins and a ribbon to, I believe the ribbon is to hang it. Yes, it's to hang it. So it comes with this little ribbon and an adhesive that can stick on the back, and then you can hang it from the ribbon. And this is a little decor piece. I saw this and I was like, oh, this is cute. Of course, it's that darker blue color. So I had to grab it. You could put pictures on this, little quotes on this. So those are my ideas to do in my craft space. I also got these brushes just for painting. I mean, you know how these can come in handy for different projects, and I didn't have any more sponge paintbrushes. So I just grabbed this little set here, which comes with 5 pieces. You get two really small ones, and then you get two medium ones, and then one large one. So these always come in handy. It's nice to have in your craft space when you're going about a project and you realize you need something like this. These are good to have. Of course, some regular paintbrushes are good as well. Here's our last few items, and I brought them in all at the same time because they're very similar. I got this small one, and then I saw these two big ones. These I won't be working with in this video, but of course, you can come up with some different ways of using these. You can get some inspiration from Pinterest. I would definitely say to use some sandpaper if you are going to use this, because I can see some wood pieces sticking out here. And you can paint these. You can try staining them, which I will try to do when I'm ready to craft with these. But like I said, you can get one that's on a smaller scale or get the larger pieces. And these are their wood hanging decor. Okay, that is the haul. Those are all the things that I picked up from Dollar Tree. So let's move on to our first craft. Okay, for our first craft, we are going to go with this magnetic locker box. And as I mentioned, this is for my daughter. I wasn't really trying to surprise her so much, but I didn't want her to see it until after I put something on it. And as I was preparing for this video, she was being nosy and saw it, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, is this for me? Is this for me?" And I was like, "Oh, yes, it is." And then she was very specific about what she wanted on it. So, of course, I'm going in a little, um, the direction I'm going in is a little different from what I originally thought, because once she saw it, she made a request as to what she wanted on it. So this is the exact flower that she asked for, which you'll see here in a moment. Okay, so I'm going to get this weeded out. I actually want to go about this with reverse weeding because of the way I saw it cut, how it cut, and I saw that these some of these pieces were very fragile, like they want to come out. I said, let me reverse weed this. So reverse weeding, you're just going to put, excuse me, put the transfer tape right over the entire design, and look, it just comes right up. And then I'm going to take my weeding tool and just pull up the parts that we don't want. And I don't have to worry about fighting with the pieces that I want to stay down. They will, okay, hold on, hold on. There we go. You should definitely still burnish it down, which I failed to do. But look, it still came up with no problem. It's on there. Um, I'm gonna try to use, let's see, can this fit? Yes, it can. So I'm gonna use this one for that as well. So I need to get this cleaned off with some rubbing alcohol. I can already see some dust in here, but with it sitting on the shelves in the store, and then when you bring it home, it's sitting around until you're ready to craft with it. You want to get all that dust and any fingerprints, oils from your hands, get all that off so you know it will lay down onto your blank very nicely. Okay, so I'm going to put this one right here. And she is so excited about starting middle school. I'm like, oh my gosh, 2 middle schoolers. Where has the time gone? Burnish this down. Some days I feel like, am I old enough to have 2 middle schoolers? But I have 2 middle schoolers. Okay, that looks good so far. Let's get this one done. And this time I'm not going to forget to burnish it down. So I know you all see me craft for my daughter often. And a lot of times it's because she just really likes organization things. She's into it. So it's easy to find things like this or, like some storage container. And she's like super excited about it. I think I lost a piece. I don't know, but it's okay because it'll still work. I think I lost this little piece that might go here. I can't even remember if it was there or not, but it's okay. The flower still looks good. Yes, but she's into organizing and cleaning and all these types of things. So when I see things in the store that I think that she might like, I'm like, oh, I think she might like this. My son, on the other hand, that's not his thing. So it's harder to find things that he might be more excited about that I can craft with. That's the thing. He's just a little harder to shop for in that manner. Okay, let's see how this came out. Nope, that one is not down. Yes. Oh, this came out so nice. And of course, if you've heard me talk about my daughter before and her little sayings, she said, Mommy, I need something preppy. And I was like, okay. I said, listen, your definition, I can't. You're going to have to tell me what that is. But this is what she asked for. This is the type of flower she asked for. And then I just kind of found something in Design Space. So both of these are from Design Space. So there you have our first craft. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so our next craft, we have the magnetic tin. I am going to cut this piece off and cut this down as well and get this weeded out. I I can't believe that school just ended. It feels like school just ended and we're already gearing back up for a new school year. So, and like I said, my daughter is so excited every day. She's talking about something about, Mommy, when school starts, uh, I want this and I want to do this and I want to have this way. I'm like, okay, okay. Girl, enjoy your summer. So this just says hair ties. You know, us girlies who put their hair up have tons of hair ties, those, elastic bands, and I call them hair ties. I know everybody has their names for them, but we call them hair ties. And if you know how they can get lost. I all the time. I'm just like, where did they all go? So I figured, let me get a little container at least just to store them. And also, you know how if you have children and if your children are anything like mine, when you send the children to go get something, they never see it. So I'm figuring they never see it at all. So I'm thinking, if I write hair ties on here and I say, go get the hair tie container, she'll know exactly what I'm talking about and she'll be able to see it because it says hair ties. Let me clean this off. This is a little scratched coming out of the plastic, but it'll still work for what I need it for. Um, it will still do the job. And see, this is why, even though when I purchased it, it was in the plastic, this is why we still wipe things down before putting any vinyl on it, because it can very much get touched and smudged, and in this case it's scratched. Of course I can't clean the scratches, but just make sure the surface is clean enough to put vinyl on it. All right, we're going to get this right here in the middle, and this is perfect. So our little hair bin, our hair supply bin, this will go right in it. And then I don't have to search the bin for the hair ties because I know that they're all in this container and not at the bottom of the bin. Awesome. And this vinyl is the mint vinyl. It was $4.05 from Hobby Lobby. So we have hair ties. Container is all ready. I am going to fill this as soon as this video is done. All right, let's move on to our next craft. Okay, we are going to go with these two. I'm actually putting the same design on both. But I want to start here. I don't need all this the extra pieces, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it about there, just enough where it's not hanging down. These I'm not going to use, but I'm going to sit them off to the side and cut this one as well. Okay. All right, this is exactly how I need it to be. So I have to say, this idea was not my idea, actually. I saw this on another crafter's channel. Her name is Lainey, and I believe it's Crafting by Lucas. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is perfect. So you're gonna see in a moment what it was, but I wanted to at least acknowledge the fact that I wasn't the one who came up with it, but I am definitely using the idea. Okay. So since school has been out, I have found it difficult to record because I need quiet at times. And, with kids home and such, it is hard to do that. Um, and I am not a nighttime crafter, like to craft once they go to bed. Listen, you guys, I do not function well at night. I am a morning person through and through. You need me to do something, I need to do it in the morning, in the daytime, those daytime hours. I cannot craft at night. I've tried it before, and I recorded one of my videos at night, and I was like, whew, if I could avoid this, I don't want to have to do it again. So, this was the idea I took from Lainey, and it says, shh, recording. And I'm doing two of them because there are two doors that lead to my craft space. And I just want, to be able to remind them, especially sometimes my son is out and he comes home and I'm already recording, and or sometimes my husband may come home and I'm recording. He's pretty good about it because if he knows that I'm recording, he will tiptoe as much as he can. And I hear him sometimes, and especially if I'm doing a voiceover, I kind of just like laugh because I can, although he's not being loud, I can still hear him trying to be quiet. And he's like tipping um, past the door and trying not to make any noise whatsoever. And I appreciate it. I really do. But it's with him, if he knows, he's quiet. My kids, they need a reminder. So I am making two of these. So I'm just going to quickly weed through this one and then I'll get them on. Okay, I just need to fix this S here that got all out of place. Okay, I'm going to get some transfer tape cut. And you know what? I'm kind of nervous about this. So I'm not going to be able to wipe this down because this is paper. Like, this is not something that could get wet. So, but I'm also a little nervous about using this transfer tape, that it might be too sticky for this paper and either rip the paper or pull it off of the wood that it's on. So I think I am going to use my paper transfer tape. I think the paper transfer tape would be the better option here. I don't use it all that often, but I definitely try to use it when I feel it's necessary for the project. Yes. See, this is what I'm talking about, how it's paper. So what I'm going to have to do is reinforce that with some glue, but I'll do that off camera just to fix that. But that came out good. Let's quickly get through this next one. All right. Yes, it came out really good. So now I have two signs to hang on the doors. So my children are reminded when I'm crafting and when I'm recording. But they came out really good. Like I said, I'll just have to reinforce this with a little glue, but it's all good. And these are finished. I am going to clean up and move on to the next one. Okay, so for our next craft, we are going to get a little something on this organizer. Let me take this off. I'm hoping that this comes off nicely. It seems like it will. You know how it leaves that sticky residue sometimes. That is, to me, is so frustrating. I do not like that. I'm like, why do they put such sticky stickers on the product? Okay, good. That came off really good. So I'm gonna move that to the side. I am going to do the reverse weeding for this one as well. And this vinyl that I'm using here is Oracle 651. That's their permanent vinyl. And I'll have all the vinyl and the blanks that I used down below, as long as I can find them on Dollar Tree's website, I will link it down below. Okay, I got the last piece out, and now my fingers look like this, but it just says sewing kit. All right, just gonna use this to dry it off. Okay, let's get it on here. So the other day I had to fix a button. I don't sew, but I can fix a button. And I can fix like little things that need to be fixed, but really so I cannot do. And I went in search of my sewing kit. Oh, that came out really nice. You can see the little piece in the back, but that's okay. Yeah, but I didn't even remember the last time I had it or used it. And I'm like, oh goodness, okay, where is it? But I found it. But when I found it, it was in this little rinky dink plastic container. And I don't even think these came in this container. I think I just kind of threw them in here at some point. But I'm like, this will be perfect for these items, especially once I saw it. I was like, oh, yes, I'm going to put all of this in here. So we're going to do something really simple like this. Put all these size ones in here. Put the smaller ones in there. And then get all these little things put in here. So I'll probably stand these up. Who knows how long they'll stay standing, but we can at least start off on the right foot and go from there. Okay, I am going to finish organizing this off camera, but I just wanted to show you how I would be using this. Let's move on to our last craft. Okay, so for our last craft, I am going to use this canvas, but before I open it up, I'm going to set it off to the side to get this all weeded out. This one we're going to do an iron-on project. And this is Caesar Easy Weed. They're navy blue. And this simply says, love needs action, trust needs proof, sorry needs change. And I really, really like that. Especially one of the things that we have always been saying to our children about apologizing is that you just don't say you're sorry because it's the right thing to do in the moment. But when you say that you're sorry or when you are apologizing for something, you work on not doing that thing again. And yes, we know that we're human, we make mistakes, and we may slip up and do something more than once, but our goal should be to do it less and less, not keep saying sorry um, and apologizing for the same thing over and over and over and over again and showing no change. So this is something I just want to hang in my craft space. Let's see. Let's try to get this as even as possible. Of course, you know when your transfer sheet is not cut even, it is sometimes hard to be sure that nothing is crooked. And now that I'm looking at this, I might just add something to this later on, like some little something around the edge. All right, let me measure this really quickly just to see if it is about even. That's two. Bingo. Good. There we go. And it looks straight. I'm going to use my heat press mini, which I have on medium. And let's see how this goes. I think that is good. It's not too hot actually. And Caesar Easy Weed pretty like you can pull this right off for the most part. Yeah. Oh, I see a spot I didn't get on this S. So let's get that down. I'm just going to go back over everything just to make sure it was good where on the L and the T, no, there was no lifting there. So obviously I didn't run over the S well enough. Okay, let's see what we got this time. Yes, the S is much better this time. Everything is not this N. Okay. I have to remember that working with different materials and heat transfer vinyl, that they adhere differently. Because when I use Caesar Easy Weed on a shirt, I can do a hot peel like with no problem. I don't have to wait for it to cool down or anything. I usually just like lift my heat press up, pull it right off, and it stays. So I have to remember that not all materials, especially because this is canvas and not all materials are the same, and they may accept the vinyl differently. But I'm so used to using Caesar Easy Weed on a shirt, and I'm used to it's how it behaves on a shirt. And it's like I want it to do the exact same thing on everything else. And it's like, no, this is not a shirt. I'm gonna go from this direction this time. Let's see if everything over here, I can see that this E is lifted a little bit, and the A. All right, since it's only the word change that I saw that needed a little more love, I am just going to cover that and only focus on change. There we go. Yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. But I love what this says. Love needs action. Trust needs proof. Sorry needs change. We are done with all of our crafts for today. So I'm going to bring them all back in. I'm going to clean up and then bring them all back into the camera. Okay, so we have everything back in the camera. It came out so good. All of these 3 items will function. Actually, these 4 items will function the way I intended them to. My daughter already said that she's going to put some lip gloss and some other little items like pens and pencils in here. So I'm like, okay, she's super excited already. You guys saw how I am going to organize my sewing kit. Those pesky little hair ties that go missing will have a home now and not just thrown into the hair basket. Of course, my family will be reminded that I'm recording, and this was the perfect time to record right now, early in the morning when they're all sleeping. So that'd be nice if I could continue to get that in for the rest of the summer. But just in case we don't, these will definitely be used. And this message, I truly, truly love what this message has to say. As I said to you guys, just looking at this, I may add something around the sides. If I do, I will post it on my community page to let you all see what it is that I added to. So these are today's crafts. I thank you all for hanging out with me for a little while, taking some time out of your day to spend with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please, if you don't mind, I would love it if you hit that thumbs up button, that like button, and comment, share, subscribe if you are new. I have tutorials at times and just a lot of fun stuff on the channel. So check it out if you haven't, and I'll see you in my next one. Later, guys.